Everybody, and welcome to another video for AP US Government and Politics. Today we're talking about public opinion and political action. So, some of the basics is demography, the science of population changes, and in the US they use the census, which is a valuable tool for understanding population change as it's required every 10 years. And the American people, as we can see, the white non-Hispanic has been, since 1995, has been steadily decreasing, while other populations have been increasing steadily. And the political culture, specifically when looking at the American people, is a little hard to kind of define, since a political culture is an overall set of values widely shared within a society. And as we can see in some of these states like Texas and Hawaii and California, the percentage of the population that's made up of minorities is more than 50%. And as we can see, that population, say from Texas, is different than North Dakota. So what party will benefit from a minority majority? And the American people have seen a regional shift from 1940, with the majority of the population being on the eastern coast, to in 2000 there was a regional shift which was reallocating seats in the House of Representatives every 10 years on the basis of the results of the census, because we can see so many people were moving out towards the western coast, as in California and Texas. And the redistricting is done by state legislators. And we can see the graying of America. And the fastest growing group is people over the age of 65. And one interesting kind of question is potential drain on Social Security by 2020, and why? And this idea of great power, which is one advantage that no other group has, that we are all getting older. So how do Americans learn about politics? So political socialization is the process through which an individual acquires his or her political orientation, and the process of political socialization includes the family, time and emotional commitment. Political learnings or leanings of children often mirror their parents'. And the process of political socialization is influenced by mass media. So the generation gap in TV news viewing, from school, and used by government to socialize the young into the culture and government. So demographics and voter turnout. So some things that increase the chance that someone will vote is if they have higher income, their age, their education, their ethnicity, a government employee, and measuring public opinion and political information. So, how polls are conducted. So there's kind of a couple different ways. There's random sampling, the key technique employed by sophisticated survey researchers, or representative sample, which draws from all groups, and like some sample sizes when we get 1500, sample error. So we're wanting the level of confidence in the findings to be about equal to negative 3%. So the role of polls in American democracy is they help politicians figure out public preferences. And exit polls are used by the media to predict election day winners. And wording a question can make a difference. So polls reflect the policy agenda or the problems the people inside and outside of government believe must be addressed. So what polls reveal about American political information is that Americans don't know much about politics. Americans may know their basic beliefs, but not how that affects policies of the government. And the decline of trust in government. Now, only about 25% of the public trust the government most of the time or always. So political ideology, a coherent set of beliefs about politics, public policy, and public purpose. So, demographics and ideology. The Republican Party coalition is made up of primarily rural voters and farmers, primarily white males, business owners, conservative Christians, and college educated. And for the Democratic coalition, a more urban or city union members, Hispanic or African American, high school diploma, or an advanced degree. And when it comes to gender, women vote for the Democratic candidates at a higher rate than Republican candidates. So what are some examples of political ideologies? For more liberal leanings, there's more domestic spending, pro-choice, or they favor affirmative action, pro-gay marriage, and on the more conservative side, more military spending, pro-life, they oppose affirmative action, and support traditional marriage. So how do we participate in politics? All of the activities used by citizens to influence the selection or the policies they pursue. So that'd be whether you go to an actual ballot box, you mail in your ballot, or you bring it to a drop box. And there's the conventional participation, so voting in elections, walking or working in campaigns, and contacting elected officials. So there's also protest as participation, which is a form of political participation designed to achieve policy changes through dramatic and unconventional tactics, or even civil disobedience, which is a conscious decision to break a law believed to be immoral and to suffer the consequences.